Good day or good night, everyone. My name is Oluwatosin. uh, I will be teaching you the basics of Microsoft Access, creating simple database with Microsoft Access using a class database as an example. I will try to take it slowly and as basic as possible for the understanding of people that are starting afresh. All right, so you go to your taskbar. Once you have Microsoft Office package installed on your system, you locate Microsoft Access 2016, or you just search Access. You press enter. When it comes, I will open a blank database. Yeah, the dialog box comes up, so I will rename it a file name. Let me say class DBMS. Class DBMS. I say create. Alright, by default you have table 1 displaying, but I like to close this table 1 and create my own table afresh. So you go to the Create tab and click on Table Design. It take you directly to the design view of the table. So here you have the field name, the data type, and the description, which is optional. The field name is where you name the fields that you require in your tables. So the first table I will create a table that will accommodate the details of the students in that class. So I say the first field, I say student ID. I leave it to auto number. Let me see, first name. I leave it to short text. Last name, I leave it to short text. I say date of birth. I leave it to daytime. What else can I add? I say appointments. I leave it to short text. Let me say permanent address. I leave it to short text. Residential address. I leave it to short text. Phone number. I leave it to short text. Email address. I leave it to short text. Let's say passport photograph. I leave it to, you can click on this drop down and I select attachment, right, because the photograph is going to be an attachment document. Alright, I'm done with my fields, so I go back to this place and I select datasheet view. To prompt me to save, I click yes. So let me rename it, let me say student underscore details. I click OK. So there is no primary key. We did not assign primary key. So it's prompting us to assign a primary key. It is not compulsory, but it is recommended though. So I like to assign my primary key by myself. So I click on cancel. I come to student ID and I assign primary key here. Alright, so I'll go back here. It's prompting to save again. Click yes. Click OK. So this is my table. This first table, which is going to house the details of the student. But here I can start typing first name, last name, date of birth, appointment, permanent address, residential address, phone number. I can start typing it. I even start attaching picture from here, but ideally it's not done this way. I still have some adjustment to make here. So I want like appointment. I want appointment to be like a drop down. Yes. All right. So I'll go back to the design view. Appointment. Let's say look up wizard. This time around I will type in the values that I want. I click next. So what are the appointments in the class? Let me say class rep, class captain, let me say janitor, so timekeeper. Alright, that's all. Click next and limit to this list. Do you want to limit entries to the choices? So I like to limit it to that choice. I limit to list, or else to allow people to type in other values. So I limit to list. Click on finish. All right, let me go back to here. It's prompted me to save again. So now under appointment, if you click on the drop down, you should be seeing the list here. I can simply click here to add another appointment. Let me see. Assistant class rep. The default value is blank. Yes. Click OK. All right. So you see now assistant class captain is here already. So let me expand this to see. All right. Okay. So the next thing to do is to consider the list of activities that goes on in the class. For example, the class, they undergo continuous assessment. Let's say continuous assessment. So we'll create a continuous assessment table. Let's create, I say, table design. What are the fields that contain a continuous assessment? Let's say assessment ID, assessment ID. I leave it to auto number. Student ID. I leave it to number. Assessment type. Assessment type. Let me say lookup wizard. So this time around I will type in the values that I want again. Type of assessment, it could be test, it could be exam, it could be physical, it could be attendance. All right, that's a pity. Yeah. Next, once again, limit to list and I finish. All right, assessment type. Let me say score. I'll leave it to number. Let me say dates updated. I'll leave it to date. All right. I'll save. Let's not forget to assign our primary key to assessment ID. All right. So I save assessment TB held. All right. All right, let's leave it to these two tables. It's okay that way. So what we want to do now is to create a relationship between the student details and the assessment table. Reason is because the student detail is the parent table. It houses the details of the members of the class. Because assessment table, you cannot have a record of a student in assessment table if the student does not exist in student table. So there has to be a link between student detail table and assessment in order to prevent that such occurrence. All right, so let us close all the tables. Prompt me to save. I say yes. So I'll go to database tools, see relationship, click on relationship. I'll add assessment table and I'll add student table. I'll close this. So I am going to link student detail table to assessment table by dragging, because you see, as you can see, we created assessment student ID here and student ID here also. The student ID here is the primary key, where student ID here is the foreign key. So I'm going to link the student ID here to the student ID here by clicking and dragging it to the student ID. All right, see, you see the edit relationship wizard. I'll check on this enforce referential integrity, so that whatever I do in the parent table will affect the subtables. To cascade update and cascade delete. All right, great. Once it's created, I can simply click on save and close. All right. So now let me create a form for this, a data entry form for assessment table. I'll create. Let me use form wizard this time around. I'll select the table where I want, assessment table. I'll move the fields here to this place one by one, but I want all the fields, so I can simply click on this to move all the fields to this place. So I click on next. Use columnar, click on next. I click on modify the form design and I click on finish. You see, this is my simple form. I can simply double click on this to make it smaller, and let me remove the TPL. I'll centralize it, or I just leave it like this. All right. Okay, let's make all these ones equal. You can go to highlight all of them together and go to arrange. You see sizes. I'll fit to widest. Yeah, widest is fine that way. All right. Now let's go to form view and see what we have. Yeah, we have a form. Simple form. You can create. Whenever we open this, we can create record for any student here. Let me see. Oh, okay. We've created a form for assessment, so let's close it. Yes. So I'm going to create another form. I'll create for student detail. I'll move everything to this side also. I'll click on next, modify form design, and I'll click on finish. All right. I'll minimize this, reduce this. All right, you can see the list of all my fields. Sometimes when you add an attachment field, you see all of them displaying this way, because you can simply come and highlight all of them together and delete the ones that you are seeing green, because they are unassigned. There is no value assigned to them, so there's no point leaving them. Just delete it. All right. So my passport, I like my passport to be on this side. I always like to delete the label for passport. Alright, so I like this, and I will click on arrange and click on size. I will select widest, or shortest. Alright, I also spacing, I will say equal vertical. Yes, that's fine. Alright, if you go back to the form view and preview, you see. So here I can simply create a record here. Let's say appointment, last rep. Residential address. Oh. All right, email address. Let's say all right, so this is my attachment. I can double click and I'll click on add. I'll locate a picture. I'll locate the picture. Alright, click OK. Alright, you see how beautiful our form is. So I can simply click on press Ctrl S to save. So if I open assessment, my student details, you see the record is here already. So this is how to simply keep a record. I'll close the table. So the simplest way to create a table is just by going to the create tab. You see table design, you click on it. The simplest way to create a form is go to create, you see form wizard, click on form. All right, finally let me go to design view, and then I will add this assessment table as a sub form here. Click and drag it in. Let me reduce the size of this. Reduce the size of this. All right. Also, all right. Simply arrange this in this manner. All right. As you can see, this is the parent form here, and this is the sub form here. All right, so I can simply come here and add a new record here. As you can see, the student ID here is carrying 2 already because the student ID is linked to the student ID here. So right now, if I add a record here, assessment type, let's say test. What did the student score? Let's say 100. The date last updated should be a date. Oh, I did not set the data type to date. All right, so let's leave it this way for now. I'll right click. I want to remove this line here and this record count. So I'll go to design view. So let me adjust this assessment here. Click on this dot under format. Click on navigation button. Click on no. Record selector. Click on no. All right. So let me customize the background of this header. Click on let me select this. All right, and for the text I'll come here and select this. All right, student details. All right, so for the body I'll click on this and I'll select this for the body. Also for the label, I'll select this and this. Click on this. All right. So as for the subform, let me click on subform. On the header, I'll click on. Let me select this screen, and then the text. I'll select I'll select the light green. All right, for the details of the subform, I'll click on the lighter green. All right, for the label, I'll select the deep green, and for the select this, Ctrl B to make it bold. Yeah, I think that's okay. For the passport, I'll select the deep blue. All right, so let's preview and let's see what I've done so far. You can see our form is looking beautiful, but the color is a bit off from what we have. Deep green and deep blue is not working too fine with each other, so I think I'll change this back to, yeah, I'll use this blue. And I'll use this blue. It's okay. So let me use this blue and this blue. All right. I think our form will be just okay now. All right. In fact, I like to delete this. I like just hide from header and footer. Yes, in order to reduce the size. All right. So let us preview. All right. Let me reduce the scroll bar. Also, I right click, shape effect, I raise it up. Yeah, I raise it up. So let's space it. Give it a space. right? I like to use bounding box. Let me bound. Let me give it sunken. All right. This is raised. All right. Let me put it down. I'll put this one up here. Just fine here. All right, I think our work is fine here. So if you click on next, you see once the main form opens, the form opens with a blank new. Click on previous, goes to previous record, the corresponding records for each of the two. So I think with this, if you practice very well, you should be able to kickstart your access line. Thank you. If you have any question, please drop in the comment section, and please don't forget to like and follow. I really appreciate it.